Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This aircraft is of course the Beechcraft Model 17, the Microsoft Flight Sim, produced between Asobo and Coronado, so you can be assured it looks fantastic. But how does it fly? We will have a little sneak peek, little first impressions of what we think. The aircraft is available for PC and Xbox. About $15 or £12.50. The interior looks excellent, especially that wood on the left side, but the pole in the middle is a bit of a pain, but I guess authentic from the design. Textures inside continue to be nice, comfortable cruiser. You can wind the windows down, listen to that engine purr. The engine note isn't too dynamic, but it's decent enough. Other than that, the cockpit will be very familiar from other GA aircraft. Standard instruments, nothing unusual, fairly clean, and all the switches to the lower right, or the ones on the lower edge, are lights pretty much, and above that is just for starting the engine. So really basic, so if you're new to flying, this will be a nice aircraft. You can hide the yoke of course, but not there's much behind it other than the radio. Exterior animations are tidy. This aircraft includes some other things that most biplanes don't, so we'll explore those later. Here we are in the left turn. We're going to explore the envelope of this aircraft now, so full power, full backstick. This is the G-induced stall. As you can see, really stable. It will let you mishandle it in this situation, but not others, as we'll see later. This is the power off clean stall. Audio is about 69 knots. In fact, that's miles per hour. And the sync rate is about 55 miles an hour. So you'll get stall clean at 55 miles an hour. And of course, it'll tuck the wing under. So you need to recover in that first spin. Otherwise, bad things happen. As we climb away, we're going to set up for a configured stall. So this aircraft has gear, retractable undercarriage, and it has flaps. So as we'll see in a minute, is capable of some very slow speed, so good for short takeoffs and landings. Stall Warner about 54 miles an hour, and the sync comes in around about 42 miles an hour. And we'll go and find a field to put it down in very shortly. But of course first, a bit of Central Park action, a bit of jazz in the background. And we're going to do some aerobatics. So a little bit more about this aircraft whilst we explore the aero capabilities. It was introduced in 1933, produced between that year and 1949, used by the US forces. It can cruise above 200 miles an hour. It has a range of about 600 nautical miles. And the livery you see here was for the US Army Air Forces, the UC-43 Traveller, apparently. It's developed and later assigned to the US air attaches at American embassies. And of course the blue and yellow showing support. This is the Cuban 8. Listen to the engine. So with negative G applied, you will get some sort of bog down as well. So try and avoid that in your aerobatics. Of course, you can hear the jingling, jangling of all the control rods, which is nice. Here we go into a spin. Now I'm fairly sure it's not cleared for spinning. This is full pro spin controls, backstick and left rudder. See the incipient stage is fairly hesitant. There's one spin, which you need to recover by before you get into this stage. And I'm trying to exit the spin and it's not possible. Alright, one final look at the skyline because, my goodness, it looks amazing. Before we cruise on and find somewhere to land. Of course, it wouldn't be a visit to New York without taking in some of the sights. Lady Liberty looking resplendent in this lovely weather. Okay, we found our field down to the left. I have absolutely no idea where I am at the moment. Just happy to cruise around. Here we go, the field's underneath. We'll put the gear down, we'll teardrop back around. Remember, this thing will stall about 48, 47 knots configured, so we'll make our approach and aim to land about 60 knots. You certainly don't want to land fast in this aeroplane because you will bounce. So we're stable about 70 knots for the approach here, which works out nicely for me. And flaring it off, flaring it off, flaring it off. Hold it off. I'll take that. Unfortunately, we start cutting the grass because the grass is so long. So short landing, really capable, which is nice. So this is a really good aircraft for doing a bit of everything, and it looks great. So here we go, last thing to do will be the takeoff. A flap stage 1, full power, and lift off around 50 miles per hour. So, my opinions on this aeroplane. I think it looks amazing. I love the design features. The audio is a little bit bland, if I'm being honest. It could be a bit more dynamic, a bit more bassy, but it's not bad. Its capabilities are excellent. You can do some short takeoffs and landings, you can cruise around, you can live back in the 1940s. But that is the end of the video, so if you're still here, please consider smudging the like button. But until the next video, take care.